How do I track macros on the carnivore keto diet? If you are curious about tracking macronutrients on the carnivore keto diet, you are in the right place. Let's break down how to do this effectively. First, it is essential to understand what macronutrients are. The three main macronutrients are fat, protein, and carbohydrates. On the carnivore keto diet, the focus is on keeping carbohydrates near zero. This diet is primarily made up of animal products, which means carbohydrates are minimal or non-existent. To start tracking macros, you need to know the typical macro ratios for the carnivore keto diet. Generally, this diet consists of about 70 to 80% fat, 15 to 20% protein, and 0 to 10% carbohydrates. Since fat is your primary energy source, selecting fatty cuts of meat is vital to meet your fat macro goals. Next, calculating your macro needs is essential. You can use a macro calculator designed for the carnivore diet. These calculators take into account factors like your age, gender, height, activity level, and lean body mass. Protein targets are often based on your lean body mass to help maintain and repair muscle. Your fat intake will be adjusted to meet your total calorie needs while keeping the right balance between fat and protein. Once you have your macro goals, tracking your food intake is the next step. Smartphone applications like Carb Manager or MyFitnessPal can be very helpful. These apps allow you to log your meals and automatically calculate your macros. Some apps even have specific settings for the keto or carnivore diet, making tracking easier. If you prefer a simpler method, you can estimate portion sizes by. Monitoring your body's response is also important. Pay attention to how you feel regarding energy levels, hunger, and weight changes. If you notice low energy or hunger, you may need to adjust your fat and protein intake. Fine-tuning your macros is a normal part of the process, as everyone's needs can vary. Here are some practical tips to help you succeed. Focus on fatty cuts of meat, such as ribeye, pork belly, or ground beef with higher fat content. Avoid lean meats, as they can lead to too much protein relative to fat. Keep your carbohydrate intake as close to zero as possible by steering clear of non-animal foods. Staying hydrated is also essential, and consider your electrolyte balance, as low-carb diets can affect mineral levels. By following these steps, you can effectively track macros on the carnivore keto diet. This will support your weight loss goals, muscle maintenance, and overall well-being while keeping you in ketosis. With the right tools and a willingness to adjust based on your body's feedback, you can achieve great results.